Shalom, Israel. We're going to get started on the Isupk Norcal Sabbath service. La Yasharala. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Chodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwafka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Baharataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathanlanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawakdanawa, Kazalaknawa, Kawabwakdanawa, Wala'ah, Tabayanawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hayashayanawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahara'ala, Wahathapara, La'ilanyam, Aman. In the English, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. This is blessed Israel slogan. Yeah, this is blessed Israel in Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasharala, Wayabayat Saparium, Barak Rapa'ah, Magan, Hagan, the Mayberry family, the Knight family, the Mariel family, the Wilson family, the Ford family. Ba'ashem Yahushai Tawaraman. What we just said in the English. Lord, in the name of Yahushai, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. This is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Baba Kosha, Latan Lanawa, Hakak, Hakak, Laraba'ah, Kalma Ka'ala, Wakalma Dawa, Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazarium, Hakak, Lahahakwiyam, Hamathayam, Hakak, Arakatwa, Hatama'ala, Lagarshan, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Tawaraman. In the English, Lord, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushai. Thank you, so be it. This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Alahari, Ma'ayan, Yabaya, Aizaria, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayan, Wa'arataza, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hanala'a, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasharala, Yahweh Shamarka, Yahweh Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yashamarka, Makawra, Yashamar, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'aka, Wa'aka, Ma'aitha, Wa'aitawalam. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. This is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Aldamayalaka, Al-Fakarash, Wa-Al-Fashakwa, Kayahana, Awayabyaka, Yahamayawan, Ra'ash, Alamaika, Ya'arayamwa, Sawada, Ya'aitazawa, Altazapon one Yaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, when I Akidam, Magawai, Wala Aksaka. Wala Aya Zakar, Shamya Sharala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawaita Zawa, Laba, Yakabwa, Al Yakab, Bar Ya, Yakar Thawa, Aliyah, Adawan, Wayashamaya, it's like it, Al Yam, Mawa Abba, Wa Agar, Gabal, Wa Imawan, Wa Imala, Palashah, Shabya, Tazawar, Gamashta War, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarwa, Labanya Lawa, Setla, Aisha, Laham, Kamyadan, Kasa Ira Sarah, Salakia, Kayabyan, Banakal, Payashamwan, Nashamadwa, Baya, Saya, Ba'ayan Dahar, Wakaza'aba, Wakazaba, Wakatazal, Manai, Kal Nasaya, Kamwa, Ashar, Amara, Nayarasha, Lanawa, Ah, Nawa, Naawa, Alahaya, Alahaya, Shafsaki, Shayasamwa, Kagaldala, Kakwash, Lapanya Raka, Kaash, Tamaira Yaira, Wakalaaba, Talahat, Haraksaka, Harayam, Kar, Taradabma, Basairika, Wabaasta, Wapaka, Tabaalam, Malaa, Panyaham, Kwalawam, Wayabakwashwa, Shimka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Ya Saki, Wayabaawa, Ayai, Wayakaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayagawai, Kayata, Shaka, Yahawa, Labata, Al Yawam, Alcohol Rataza. This is in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites of Moab, the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Emin, and Amalek, and the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Said Lot, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabim, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oren and like Zaed. Yea, all their princes like Zebah and Zalmunna, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burns the wood, and as the flame sets the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. So be it. Sorry. Turn Salaki. Okay, we can be seated. All right. So we left off last week with the honorable and gracious Lord Imawan, Adawan Imawan. Left off at Numbers chapter 10 and verse 19. So we're going to continue down at verse 20. And as you know, it's a glorious thing to be able to have a place that you can come to actually live out the acts of the priests and as of the biblical Israelites. That's why we have Sabbath service every Sabbath, to honor the traditions that the Most High told us to keep. And unlike any other place, you're not going to find them reading in the original Lashowan Kodash, the holy tongue given to us by God in the Hebrew. All right, let's just jump right into it. This is Numbers chapter 10 and verse 20. Let's lock it. Actually, let me just over the whole trying. All right, let's just jump right into it. Ya'al, Tazabah, Mata, Banyam, Gad, Al Yapa, Al Yasap, Ban. Daiwa al. Slakia. Daya Allah. Verse 21. Wanasaiwa. Hakwa Hathiam. Nashaya. Hamakwadash. Wahakwa Yamya. Yamwa. Slakia. Ath. Hamashakan. Aid. Ba'am. Verse 22. Wanasai. Dagal. Machana. Banyam. Aparium. La Tazabatham. Wa'al. Tazabawa. Alya Shamai. Ban. I'm a Yawad. Verse 23. Wa'al. Tazabah. Mata. Banyam. Manasha. Gamal ya Allah. Ban. Sakya. Padad Tazawar. Verse 24. Wa'al. Tazabah. Mata. Banyam. Banyam Yan. Abayadan. Ban. Gedai Wanya. Verse 25. Wanasai. Dagal. Machana. Banyam. Dan. Ma'asap. Lakal. Hamachanath. La Tazabatham. Wa'al. Tazabawa. Ach Sakya. Akia I Zor. Ban I'm Yadash wa. Verse 26. Wa'al. Tazabah. Mata. Banyam. Ashara. Pagaya Allah. Ban Ikaran. Verse 27. Wa'al. Tazabah. Mata. Banyam. Napath Laya. Akyarai. Ban I Yanan. And in the English, this is Numbers chapter 10 and verse 20. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Gad was Elias, the son of Duel, and the Kohathites set forward, bearing the sanctuary, and the other did set up the tabernacle against they came. And the standard of the camp of the children of Ephraim set forward according to their armies over his host was Elishama, the son of Ammihud. And over the host of the tribe of children of Manasseh was Gamiel, the son of Peduzer. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Benjamin was Abidan, the son of Gideon. Verse 25. And the standard of the camp of the children of Dan set forward, which was the reward of all the camps through their hosts. And over his host was Azer, the son of Ammishaddai. Verse 26. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Asher was Pagil, the son of Akren. 27. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Naphtali was Ira, the son of Enan. So this is pretty much like we're breaking down exactly how the armies of the Most High, the hosts of the Lord, moved when they were going through the promised land to conquer them, to take back the land that was promised to them by God. You can see that each tribe had their own military leader. And like that's such a beautiful thing because God had promised us all our own lands, our own inheritance. In the same way that inheritance from Judah cannot be given to the inheritance of Zebulon or Asher, or the inheritance of Reuben cannot be given to the inheritors of Naphtali. This is the hierarchy, not the hierarchy, but the order that the Lord set over Israel. And within that,
every single one of these armies were able to be led by a leader of their tribe. But at the same time, what is it that we're all doing together here? We're all going to war together, which is a key point of this. Yes, even though we have our own tribes that we are leaders of, that we are in charge of, that we take the inheritance from, we're in this battle together. It doesn't matter if you're a Mexican, it doesn't matter if you're a Haitian, it doesn't matter if you're uh, um, a so-called black man, a so-called North American Indian. You have to understand that in what the Lord requires of us is to go to battle together. Like that, it's as simple as that. We're gonna continue in the Hebrew, verse 28. Alaha, Masaya, Banyam, Yasharala, Latazabatham, Wayasai. What? Verse 29. Slog Masha, Lakaban, Lakabab, Salakia, Ban, Ra'aya Allah, Hamadayan Ya, Katha, Mashaha, Nasayam, Anakya Wa, Al, Hamakwayam, Ashara, Amar, Yahweh, Athawa, Athan, Lakam, Laka, Athnawa, Wahatab Yawa, Laka, Kaya, Yahweh, Dabar, Tawab, Al, Yasharala. Verse 30. Waya Amar, Al Yawa, La'a, Halak, Kaya, Al, Aratazaya, Wa'al, Mawalad Thaya, Halak, verse 31. Waya Amar, Al, Na, the Izab, Athnawa, Kaya, Al, Khan, Yada'ith, Kanath, Nawa, Bamadabar, Wahayayath, Lanawa, La'ayanyam. Verse 32. Wahaya, Kaya, Thalak, I'm Nawa, Wahaya, Hatawab, Hahawa'a, Ashara, Yayatyam, Yahweh, I'm Nawa, Wahatab Naya, Laka, verse 33. Wa Yasai wa Mahar, Yahweh, Darak, Shalashath, Yawam Yam, Wa'arayan, Barayath, Yahweh, Yislaki, Nasai, Lapanyaham, Darak, Shalashath, Slakia, Yawomyam, Lathawar, Salakia, Layam, Laham, Manawaka, verse 34. Wa Ainan, Yahweh, Al Yaham, Yawamam, Banasaim, Man, YAHANNAH. Verse 34. All right, we're gonna go back to English, verse 20, Numbers chapter 10, verse 28. Thus were the journeyings of the children of Israel according to their armies when they set forward. And Moses said unto Hobab, the son of Ragul, the Midianites, Moses' father-in-law, Sakij. And Moses said unto Hobab, the son of Regel, the Midianite, Moses' father-in-law, we are journeying unto the places which Yahweh said, I will give it to you. Come thou with us, and we will do thee, for Yahweh hath spoken good concerning Israel. Verse 30, and he said unto him, I will not go, but I will depart to mine own land and to my kindred. And he said, leave us not, I pray thee, for as much as thou knowest, we are to encamp in the wilderness, and thou mayest be to us instead of eyes. Verse 32, and it shall be, if thou go with us, yea, it shall be, that what goodness Yahweh shall do unto us, the shame we shall do unto thee. Verse 33, and they departed from the mount of Yahweh 3 days' journey, and the ark of the covenant Yahweh went before them in the 3 days' journey to search out resting place for them. Verse 34, and the cloud of Yahweh was upon them by day when they went out of the camp. Like, and so pretty much the breakdown on that is this is the breaking up of the Israelites and the family that Moses married into, or Salakia that married into Moses's family. Salakia. I'm on Salakia, one moment. Okay, I'm actually gonna have to get the breakdown on this just to be sure. So I'm gonna write that down actually. Up here. Hey, make a note to ask a question on Numbers chapter 10 and verse 27. All right, perfect. Okay, and we're going to continue in the Hebrew, verse 35. Wayahan Banasai Ha'aran Waya Amar Mawa Kwayama Yahweh Waya Patazawa Ayab Yaka Waya Naswa Mashana Zaka Mapanyaka. Verse 36. Wabanaka Ya'amar Wayaba Yahweh Rabab Wath Alpa Saka Alap Yasharala. That's the end of chapter 10. This is the beginning of Deuteronomy chapter, or so like in Numbers chapter 11 and verse 1. Wayahaya Ha'aim Kamasa Anan Yam Rai Ba'azanya Yahweh Wayashamai Yahweh Wayakar Salakia Apwa Wasa by Slake. Wathaba Air. Ban. Ash. Ya Hawa. Watha Akal. Bakwa Tazar. Hamakana. Verse 2. Waya Taza Aif. Ha'aim Al. Masha. Wayathapalal. Masha Al. Yahweh. Wathashakwai. Ha'ash. Verse 3. Waya Korwa. Sham. Hamakwayan. Hahawa'a. Thaba'ira. Kaya. Ba'ira. Bam. Ash. Yahweh. Verse 4. Waha Asap. Sap. Ashara. Bakwara. Bawa. Hatha Awa. Ta'awa. Wayashabwa. Wayabachwa. Gam. Banyam. Yasharala. Wala Sake. Waya Amarwa. Maya. Ya Akal Nawa. Bashar. Verse 5. And Salaki, one moment. We're going through 49. Salaki. $16. Okay, thank you. All right, we're gonna just continue in the Hebrew. Verse 5. Wa'ath. Haba Tazalyam. Wa'ath. Hashawamyam. Verse 6. Wa'aitha. Yapashyawa. Yabasha. Ayan. Kal. Balathya. Al. Haman. Ayanya Nawa. Verse 7. Wahaman. Kazarai. Kazarai. Gad. Hawa'a. Wa'ayanwa. Ka'ayan. Habadalak. Verse 8. Watwa. Shatwa. Ha'aim. Walakwatwa. Watsachanya. Kanwa. Barakyam. Dakwa. Bamadaka. Wabashalwa. Baparawar. Baparawar. Wa Aishwa. Ath. Wa Igai Wath. Wahaya. Ta'imwa. Khata'im. Lashar. Hashaman. Wabaradath. Hatal. Al. Hamachana. Layala. Yarad, Haman, Al Yawa, Waya Shamai, Masha, Ath, Ha'aim, Bacha, Lamashapakathyawa, Ayash, La Pathak, Ahawa, Ya, it's like it, Wayakar, Up, Yahweh, Ma'ad, Waba, Ayanya, Masha, Rai, verse 11, Waya Amar, Masha, Al, Yahweh, Lama, Hara'ith, La'ibad, Ka, Walama, La'a, Matazathia, Khan, Ba'ai, Yanyaka, Lashawam, Ath, Masha, Kal, Ha'aim, Hazah, Aliyah, Ha'anak, yeah, Harayath, yeah, Ath, Kal, Ha'aim, Hazar, Anak, yeah, Yaladath, yeah, Yaladath, yeah, wa, Kaya, Ta'amar, Aliyah, Sha'awa, Bakayapka, Ka'ashara, Yasha, Ha'aman, Ath, Hayanath, Al, Ha'adama, Asherah, Nashabaith, La'ah, Bathyawa, verse 13, Ma'ayan, La'ya, Bashar, Lathath, Lakal, Ha'aim, Hazah, Kaya, Yabakwa, Alya, La'amar, Thana, Lanawa, Bashar, Wana Akala, verse 14, La'a, Awakal, Mamanuya, verse 15, Wa'am, Kaka, Ath, Aisha, Laya, Haragan, Na, Harag, Matazathaya, Khan, Ba'ayanyaka, Wa'al, Ara'a, Bara'ithya, verse 16, Waya Amar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, Asapa, Laya, Shabayam, Ayash, Mazakwanya, Yasharala, Ashara, Yada'ith, Kaya, Ham, Zakwanya, Ha'aim, Yashataryaya, Wala Kwakath, Atham, Al, Ahal, Mawa'id, Wahathaya Tazabwa, Sham, I'm Ka, verse 17, Wayarad Thaya, Wadabar Thaya, Ka, Sham, Wa'atazal Thaya, Man, Hara, Haraka, Ashara, Alyaka, Washamthaya, Alyaham, Wana Sha'ah, Wana Shaya, Athka, Bamasha, Ha'aim, Wala'a, Thasha, Atha, Labadka, verse 18. Wa'al, Ha'aim, Tha'amar, Hathakwadashya, Lamakar, Salakia, Wa'akaltham, Bashar, Kaya, Salakia, Bakayatham, Ba'azanya, Yahweh, La'amar, Maya, Ya'akalnawa, Bashar, Kaya, Tawab, La Nawa, Bamatazarium, Wanathan, Yahweh, Lakam, Bashar, Wa'akaltham, verse 19, La'a, Yawam, Akkad, Tha'akalyan, Wala'a, Yawamyan, Wala'a, Chamasha, Yawamyam, Wala'a, Aishara, Yawamyam, Wala'a, Aisharayam, Yawam, verse 20, Aid, Kadash, Slakia, Yawamyam, Aid, Asherah, Yatazah, Slakia, Apkam, Wahaya, Slakia, Lakam, Lazarah, Ya'ain, Kaya, Ma'astham, Ath, Yahweh, Asherah, Bakwarabtam, Wathabakya, Wathabakwa, Lapanyawa, La'amar, Lama, Za, Yatazarnawa, Mamatazaryan, verse 21, Waya Amar, Masha, Shasha, Ma'awash, Alap, Ragalia, Ha'aim, Asherah, Anakaya, Bakwarabya, Bakwarabwa, Wa'atha, Amar, Tha, Bashar, Athan, Laham, Wa'akalwa, Chadash, Yawamyam, verse 22, Hataza'an, Wabakwar, Yashakwat, Laham, Wamatazah, Laham, Ath, Kal, Dagya, Hayam, Wa'asap, Laham, Wamatazah, Laham, verse 23, Waya Amar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, Hayad, Yahweh, Thakwa Tazar, Aitha, Thara'ah, Hayakwarka, Dabarya, La'ah, verse 24, Wayatazar, Masha, Wayadabar, Al, Ha'aim, Ath, Dabarya, Yahweh, Waya Asap, Shab Ayam, Ayam, Slakia, Ayash, Mazakwanwa, Slakia, Mazakwanya, Ha'aim, Waya Imad, Atham, Saba Yabath, Ha'ahal, verse 25. Waya Rad, Yahweh, Ba'ainan, Waya Dabar, Al Yawa, Waya Atazal, Man, Harawka, Ashara, Al Yawa, Wayathan, Al Shabayam, Salakia, Ayash, Hazakwanyam, Wayahaya, Kana, Wak, Al Yaham, Haraka, Wayathana Bawa, Wala'a, Yasapwa, verse 26. Wayasha Ariwa, Shanya, Slakia, Anashyam, Bamachana, Sham, Ha'akad, Aladad, Hawam, Hashanya, Mayadad, Wathanak, Alihab, Haraka, Wahama, Bakathabium, Wala'a, Yatazawa, Ha'ahala, Wayathanabaiwa, Bamachana, verse 27. Wayarataza, Hana Air, Wayagad, Lamasha, Waya Amar, Aldad, Wama Yadad, Mathanabayam, Bamachana, verse 28. Waya Ain, Yashawai, Salakia, Ban Nawan, Masharath, Masha, Mabakar Yawa, Waya Amar, Adanya, Masha, Kalam, verse 29. Waya Amar, Laywa, Masha, Hamakwana, Atha, Laya, Wamaya, Yathan, Kal, Aim, Yahweh, Nabayayam, Kaya, Yathan, Yahweh, Ath, Rakhaiwa, Al Yaham, verse 30. Waya Asak, Masha, Al, Hamachana, Hawa'a, Wazakwanya, Yasharala, verse 31. Wa Raka, Nasai, Ma'ath, Yahweh, Wayagaz, Shalayam, Man, Hayam, Wayatash, Al, Hamachana, Kadarak, Yawom, Kaha, or Ka, Wakadarak, Yawam, Ka, Sabayab, Wath, Wamakana, Waka Amath, Yam, Al, Panya, Ha'arataza. Verse 32. Wayaquam, Ha'aim, Kal, Hayawom, Hahawa'a, Wakal, Halaya Laha, Hamacharath, Waya Isapya, Ath Hashalwa, Hamamayat, Asap, Aishara, Chamaryam, Wayashatatwa, Laham, Shatawak, Saba Yab Wath, Hamachana, verse 33, Habashar, Iwadnawa, Bayan, Shan Yaham, Salakia, Taram, Yakarath, Wa'ap, Yahweh, Kara, Ba'aim, Wa Yaka, Yahweh, Ba'aim, Makah, Rabbah, Ma'ad. That was the end of 33. And we're going to go back to the English of Numbers. I'm going to start at Numbers chapter 10 in verse 35. I'm going to read through the 49 verses in the English. And it came to pass when the ark set forward that Moses said, Rise up, Yahweh, and let thine enemies be scattered, and let them that hate thee flee before thee. And when it rested, he said, Return, O Yahweh, unto the many thousands of Israel. So this just gives you an idea of exactly how the Israelites went about in warfare. They would bring the Ark of the Covenant with them, and the leader of Israel, Moses, would ask the Most High to go out into their enemies to destroy them. This is why it doesn't matter how many men you have in your army when you have the Most High on your side. It doesn't matter how much artillery, how many guns or swords, weapons of mass destruction. It doesn't matter what you have with you. If the Most High isn't the one going into the battle with you, for you, then we will not succeed. And that's why the only place you're going to find successful warfare against our oppressors is here in the ISUPK under Commander General YAHANNAH, because the Most High is with us. You can see online today, there's like this new resurgency of the Black Panther Party. The Black Panther Party failed originally because the Most High was not there. And this new reiteration of the Black Panther Party will fail just the same because they don't have God with them. It's all the way to the point where you have members of these so-called Black Panther parties using footage of the men in the UPK, the men of Israel. They're using our image to show like they have some type of idiom of power, when in reality, they're just the same bastards as our oppressor that are leading our people into destruction. This scripture right here lets us know that the only way we're going to succeed in our warfare is through the Most High. All right, we're going to continue with the book of Numbers, chapter 11, verse 1. And when the people complained and displeased Yahweh, and Yahweh heard it, and his anger was kindled, and the fire of Yahweh burnt among them and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. Verse 2, and the people cried unto Moses, and when Moses prayed unto Yahweh, the fire was quenched. And he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of Yahweh burnt among them. Verse 4, and the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting, and the children of Israel also wept again and said, Who shall give us flesh to eat? For verse 5, we remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. Verse 6, but now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all besides this manna before our eyes. Verse 7, and the manna was coriander seed, and the color thereof as the color of bdellium. Like it's a crazy thing to see the stiff-neckedness of the stubbornness of our people in the Bible. The Most High going before our armies and destroying our enemies, clearing out the land for us. And yet the people that left Egypt were complaining and displeased with God because they didn't have, like they said, they didn't have flesh to eat. They weren't eating goats and beef. They weren't eating the leeks and the cucumbers and the melons and the onions and the garlic because they didn't have the things that they were so used to under their oppressor. They hated God. And that's the same thing you can see today. It's just like you see today where people are just like, oh, well, what about leaving our oppressor? We get all this stuff from them. We get all this from them. It doesn't, who gives a damn what your oppressor is giving you when they're killing your goddamn family members? When they're taking your children straight away from you at the, like Salakia, at birth. When they're stealing your parents away from the children. Yeah, you can see that we're a carnal people. We always think about our stomach. We only think about how much sugar is in the food that we got to eat, how much salt we have. Does it have any flavor? When in reality, what you should be caring about is following the law, statutes, and commandments given to you by God, by following the structure that he set on this planet Earth. And that's here in the UPK under Commander General YAHANNAH. Yeah, you'll hear these people whispering and muttering against us, whispering and muttering against the Most High. And you know what the Most High did in that time? He burned them alive. That fire pillar that was leading Israel through the promised land, that same fire is what used to destroy those murmurers, those people that would speak evil against Moses, those people that would speak evil against the leadership in the UPK, against the wisdom that the Most High has given us. If you want to speak against it, Salakia, the Most High is going to kill you. Like, don't say you're a righteous people and then be the same evil, disgusting bastards that you were under your captivity. All right, we're going to continue in verse 8. And the people went about and gathered it and ground it in mills, or beat it in a mortar, and baked it in pans and made cakes of it. And the taste of it was the taste of fresh oil. Verse 9. And when the dew fell upon the damp in the night, the manna fell upon it. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent. And the anger of Yahweh was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased. The Lord is literally feeding you from the sky manna, and yet we have the nerve to complain. It's like it's going to be a crazy time to see when the Most High does return. So we're already in those days where we're going to be going through times of hunger, times of starvation. There's going to be times where people are not going to have water to drink or food to eat. And we're going to have to be strong, Israel, in those times. We can't allow ourselves to fall into the same patterns that our ancestors fell into coming out of Egypt. Slakia, we all know the story. These people had to die before they set foot in the promised land. These people had to be utterly destroyed. Slakia. The only two people from this generation that made it into the promised land was Caleb and Joshua. That's it. Everybody else, every other person you read in this book of Numbers that's complaining against the conditions that they're going through to be free, they all died. God killed them. So how about you just become an obedient child? Stop being a disrespectful, disobedient baby. All right, we're going to continue. Verse 11. And Moses said unto Yahweh, wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all this people upon me? Verse 12. I have conceived all this people. Have I begotten them? that thou shouldest say unto me, carry them in thy bosom, as a nursing father beareth a suckling child, unto the land which thou swearest unto their fathers. So this is Moses asking the Most High. It's just like he's asking the Most High to lift his burden of these disrespectful children, of these babes that he's brought now, that he's brought up to freedom. He's asking them, it's like, do you expect, like, do you want me to carry them like a father carries a suckling child? Because that's like Slogan. Like I said before, don't be a baby. This is the exact metaphor that they're using. He's calling them babies, he's calling them children, because they have no understanding, because they don't have any type of, they don't even recognize the gift that they've been given to be able to eat manna from heaven. The gift that they've been given to be free. Being free is not easy. It's easy to be a slave. All you got to do is say, yes, master, no, master, and not think for yourself. It's easy to be a slave. It's hard to be free. It takes work to be free. It takes work to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. You have to actively work towards it. You have to actively work for your salvation. Make your election sure. You got to, like Slocky. A lot of times people say, oh, well, it's just like, well, I can't join the ISGPK, baby, because whatever reason, you're weak. That's the answer. That's the reason. The reason is because you're weak. And the reason you're weak is because of our oppressor, because our oppressor made you this way. Your oppressor has brought you up in the same way that the Israelites in the Bible were brought up. You care about leeks and garlic and salt and pepper and sugar and meat and chicken. That's what you care about. You care about the big piece of chicken. When in reality, what you should be giving a damn about is following the law, statutes, and commandments. The Most High is going to provide for you so that you don't die. The Most High is going to provide for you so that you don't starve. Israel needs to learn to become content with what the Lord has given them. We're going to continue. Verse 13. When should I have flesh to give unto these people? For they weep unto me, saying, give us flesh that we may eat. Verse 14. I am not able to bear all these people alone, because it is too heavy for me. Verse 15. And if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee, out of hand, if I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my wretchedness. This is why this is the beginning of the hierarchy set by the Most High. This is why in the UPK we have the hierarchy of generals, captains, officers, troopers, young men, sisters, children. There's a hierarchy given because guess what? Everybody can't complain to commanding General YAHANNAH. Like Salaki, if the whole nation of Israel right now was complaining to the commanding General YAHANNAH, he'd be asking the Lord for the same thing. And that's why the Lord set in place this structure, this military structure. We're going to continue. And verse 16, and Yahweh said unto Moses, gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom thou knowest to be the elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with thee. Man, there it is, officers. That's where we get this from in the UPK. They call it like, why do you call yourselves officers? Why do you call yourselves captains and generals? Because it's biblical. This was the structure that was given to us by God when Moses asked for it. So if you have if you have any type of inhibition to saying, oh, well, the UPK is too militant. The UPK is too militant. You guys have officers and generals and captains. That's how God intended it to be. We're reading it right here in Numbers chapter 11. God intended for the structure of Israel to be set up by officers, captains, and the men above them. And that's the exact culture that we have taken back here in the UPK. All right, let's continue. Verse 19, ye shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days. 20, verse 20, but even a whole month until it come out at your nostrils, and it be loathsome unto you, because that ye have displeased Yahweh, which is among you, and have wept before him, saying, why came we forth out of Egypt? Yeah, and they're saying y'all ain't gonna get no meat. Y'all about to be eating manna for a minute, pretty much, because you're complaining. Like, imagine this: if these people were not complaining to the Most High and to Moses about the manna, the Most High would have provided them with the flesh to eat. That's what's so ironic about it. If they had just been obedient to God, they would be getting what they want. But because they're so disobedient, because they're backbiting and murmuring, the Most High is going to punish us for that. He's going to punish you for that. Let's continue in verse 21. And Moses said, the people among who I am are 600,000 footmen, and thou hast said, I will give them flesh that they may eat a whole month. Verse 22. Oh, Slag, I read that incorrectly. Forgive me. The correct thing was actually we cried out to him, and he actually is going to provide flesh for them to eat because of this. Like, Slag, either way, the Most High is gracious. However you look at it, the Most High is gracious to the children of Israel, especially even when we don't deserve it. Salaki. I'm not going to say we don't deserve it because the Most High deemed that we did deserve it, but like, goodness gracious, there's a like Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shai, Thawada Yahweh Shai, you know. Verse 22. Shall the flocks and the herds be slain for them to suffice them, or shall all the fish in the sea be gathered together for them to suffice them? Verse 23. And Yahweh said unto Moses, is Yahweh's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see now whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not. Verse 24. And Moses went out and told the people the words of Yahweh, and gathered the 70 men of the elders of the people, and set them round about the tabernacle. And Yahweh came down in a cloud and spake unto him, and took the spirit that was upon him, and gave it unto the 70 elders. And it came to pass that when the spirit rested upon them, they prophesied and did not cease. This is another example as to showing of God choosing who to give the ability or the wisdom to. Before this, the only one with wisdom in this camp was Moses. The only one who had the ability to commune with the Most High was Moses. After this point, this gift was given to the elders. This gift was given to the officers. This gift was given to the men that were going to lead Israel with Moses. It's the same thing here in the UPK. People like to ask, well, who gives you the authorization? Who's give you the authority? God gave us the authority. God gave the authority to commanding General YAHANNAH. And with that, that authority is passed down. That certification to be able to teach this truth is passed down. And the only way that you're going to be able to be certified and authorized to teach this truth is to come get into class and learn. Your Christian pastor doesn't have wisdom of the Bible. The Catholic priest, doesn't have wisdom of the Bible. Muslims certainly don't have any wisdom of the Bible. It's only given to the men of God, and that's here in the UPK, the same way that it was given to the elders in the Bible. Okay, verse 26. But there remained two of the men in the camp. The name of one was Eldad, and the name of the other Medad, and the Spirit rested upon them, and they were of them that were written, but went not out into the tabernacles, and they prophesied in the camp. So even so, Salagia, the Most High even saw fit to give these two brothers that weren't invited into the tabernacle the exact same wisdom, the ability to prophesy. Like, goodness gracious, the Most High is an amazing God. Is an amazing God, is an amazing Lord. Because these two brothers were prophesying in the camp to their own people. Verse 27. And there ran a young man and told Moses and said, Eldad and Medad do prophesy in the camp. Verse 28. And Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of Moses, one of his young men, answered and said, My Lord Moses, forbid them. Verse 29. And Moses said unto him, Enviest thou for my sake, with the power that all Yahweh's people were prophets, and that Yahweh would put his spirit upon them? This is a precept to just show that we are a nation of priests and kings. This is the ability that all Israelites should be able to do. This is a gift that God is willing to give you if you act correct, if you come into the school and learn. In the same way that no man that you see behind this podium, that you see standing up at camp, is the same as when they came in. We're a completely different being than we were. Salakia, you can ask brothers during their camp speaking, they don't even know where the words came from. They're just speaking, yet the Lord is the one speaking through them. That's the same ability that you have as a Black, Latino, or Native, when you come into the school, when you come into the truth, come back to your culture. These are the gifts that the Most High is willing to give you. Verse 29, and Moses said unto him, envious thou for my... Oh, sorry, verse 30. And Moses gat him into the camp, and he and the elders of Israel. Verse 31, and there went forth a wind from Yahweh, and brought quails from the sea, and let them fall by the camp, as it were a day's journey on this side, and as it were a day's journey on the other side, round about the camp, as it were 2 cubits high upon the face of the earth. Verse 32, and the people stood up all that day, and all that night, and all the next day, and they gathered the quails. He that gathered least gathered 10 homers. Damn. So the person that got the least amount of quails got at least 10. And like something you have to realize is like the wind was what carried these birds to them. Like these birds, like Slakia, they were a day's journey away from where they lived. So when these birds touched down, these birds were too exhausted to even run away, to fly away. They couldn't even fly away. Like that's imagine this, like you're praying for food, you're complaining for food because even though you already have some, you just want some chicken. And the Most High just brought millions of chickens just outside. They ain't running from you. They're not doing anything. You're just picking them up and killing them. You know, like that's what the Most High did for the children of Israel. And the same thing will happen in this day. In this day and age, the exact same thing will happen. Like, so don't get into this truth, bro, because when World War III pops off, the only place of sanctuary of refuge is going to be here in the UPK. So I don't know what it's going to look like, but I can tell you this. If we have farms, guess what? Our farms are going to be the only ones with animals that are living and thriving on them. Our crops are going to be the only crops that are living and thriving on the land. The Most High is going to destroy everything else. So that's it. That's before the time when we go up on them ships. But just know, like, if you're not with the UPK, you're going to struggle. So you're going to die or be unalived. All right, verse 33. And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of Yahweh was kindled against the people, and Yahweh smote the people a very great plague. Ooh. And Salaki, even though the Lord blessed them with this, these people were still ungrateful, and the Lord killed them. Don't murmur against the Most High. Don't murmur against the leadership in the UPK. If you have a problem with it, go seek counsel. If you have a problem with it, go to the men above you who will actually be able to speak to the Most High on your behalf. But with that, we're going to close out the Sabbath service. Imagine, or Salakia, to all the sisters online, or Salakia, to all the brothers online, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. To the sisters online, Yahweh Shamar Alatah Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. And that's the end of this class.